Shark Tank flexor, remover, blower, founder, and I'm not gonna win. Cause I ain't fighting no one else except for me. That does not happen. What is it? A daddy? It's a daddy something. Hey, hello, what's up? Welcome back to another week and another video. So for today, I want to talk to you about 20 things that you absolutely do not need. Okay, so this first one, you're probably like, duh, I know that, is the approval of others. This right here gets people into a lot of trouble because sometimes we tend to live outside of our means in order to impress people we don't even know. I know that is easier said than done, but think about it. A lot of the things that we as humans do is to be accepted, is to be part of something. If everybody is driving, I don't know, a Tesla, and you're the only one that isn't, you're kind of forced to want a Tesla. You want to be part of the in crowd, so you get it anyway, and then you're unhappy because you can't afford to have it. Another thing that you do not need in your life is to be passive. I have known so many people that are passive. I'm not talking about just like passive aggressive, I'm just talking about passive. You do not need to be passive because if you are, you're going to be very unhappy and you're going to make those around you unhappy as well. I do not know when speaking your mind and having a different opinion became such an insult to the world. If you're a straightforward, frank person, keep doing you. A lot of people may not like you, but they will respect you. Another thing you do not need is to avoid responsibility. I'm talking from experience here. A lot of the time, I'm like, this is a now problem, so we will let future mate deal with that. Okay, now that we got those 3 things out of the way, let's talk about more tangible things. This next one only applies to you if you carry a purse, a bag, a backpack, or just something to hold all the unnecessary shit that you don't even need to be carrying with in the first place. And I'm, again, talking from experience. You do not need excessive clutter in your bag, in your makeup bag, in your backpack, in your car, in your room. You just do not need excessive clutter. And over-cluttered, excessive environment equals a cluttered mind. You do not need to have excessive anything anywhere. Put it where it goes, and if it doesn't go anywhere, get rid of it. You do not need excessive amounts of cologne, perfume, body mist, body sprays, whatever they're called. You do not need those because some influencer online told you that it would get you a man. You do not need these. Okay, so with this one, I know that sometimes buying new workout clothing or just stuff you think will help you work out, let me tell you, it does not. You know what gets you to work out? Yourself. Getting your ass physically running, getting your ass physically working out. That is what gets you to work out. I know that, sometimes it's like, oh, I got a cute top, I'm motivated to go. But then you end up with 100 cute tops and you only went to the gym twice. Intangible things like your mindset, those are the things that will get you a result. Not material things, actually doing something. Another thing that you do not need, and I have kind of fallen in this trap a little bit, but I know people that pick up a new hobby and get every little thing involved with that hobby, and then they just drop it in a month. And they pick up a new hobby, buy all new stuff again, drop it in 2 months, and get a new hobby. Make sure that that hobby is something that is going to become a habit, and then slowly trickle things here and there. But don't get into golf and then go buy you a whole golf set and the whole golfing gear only to find out that you hate it. Okay, so this one, I had a crap ton of mugs because they were pink. They had butterflies, they had bees, it had a cute handle, it came with a little spoon, you name it. I used to find any excuse to buy mugs until they no longer fit in the cabinet. You also do not need excessive amounts of jewelry. Stop buying things that you don't need because somebody else has them. There's a lot of influencers that say you need, you need to buy, and you will be happy. That does not happen. Something else that you do not need is body care. You do not need 40 body lotions, 40 body scrubs, 40 shave oils. You do not need any of that. Get you one that can do all of it. I have been sucked into YouTube, into watching like everything shower or an everything bath. And I'm like, ooh, they're right, I do need that. But then I'm like, hello, snap out of it. You do not need any of that. Something else that you do not need is duplicative things. I used to do this all the time. I would get something, I would love it, and somehow in my mind, I would think that it was going to run out and that I would never be able to get my hands on it again. So then I would buy duplicates. And then, just to find out that a month later, I no longer like that product. So then I had 2 of the things that I no longer like. Okay, this next one is gonna be a little controversial, but you do not need expensive friends with expensive taste. Controversial because there are people who are so nice, so kind, and just great people to be around, but they are not the most financially stable people to be around. They're like a hype man. They're a yes man. If you're like, let me treat myself to a $100 coffee, they're like,
yes, girl, get it. You need it. You had a bad day, get you 2.
This is a type of friend that will have you believing the world is yours. This is your movie. You are the center, the epicenter of it all. These are the friends that are great to be around, but financially horrible to be near. If you have friends like that, and you need to be very, very self-aware, and you somehow get dragged and sucked into that lifestyle, and then you find yourself not being able to afford food because you have no money because you spent it all on a trip that you also couldn't afford. So being aware of people like that in your life is going to save you in the long run. Another thing that you do not need in your life are influencers. Influencers are only there to promote themselves and products. They do not care about you. They don't even know you. All they want is your money. I went through a period where I was always comparing myself and what I didn't have to what they did have. It's like a one-sided battle where I'm only fighting myself and I'm not gonna win, because I ain't fighting no one else except for me. So what I did is I just went through and unfollowed a bunch of people that were not conducive to a healthy mind or a healthy lifestyle. And maybe you need to do that. Go through your social media and just clear out all of those people that constantly make you feel like you need to be more and need to have more. Something else that you're not gonna wanna hear, but I have to tell you, you do not need social media. I have YouTube and Instagram, but then I have to like wrangle myself back, so I limit the amount of things I watch. If anything, I would tell you to go on a social media ban where, let's say you one day you use it, one day you don't, one day you use it, and just slowly try to wean yourself from it, because I've seen what a social media addiction looks like. Something else that you absolutely do not need, and we all have COVID to thank for, is workout or exercise gear. That means weights, treadmills, bikes, any of that stuff. You do not need it because you are not going to use it. We went so far as to Anthony bought a bike, a rower, and a pull-up bar. Those 3 he had to sell because we were not using them. Something else that you do not need is cleaning gimmicks. I've seen a lot, what is it? It's like a, I don't know, it's like a long tool, and then at the end it has a spinny brush, and supposedly it's to clean your bathroom. You don't need that. You know what you need? Probably a magic eraser and some Clorox, all-purpose cleaner, and elbow grease. That is all you need. You do not need that pink powder or that pink spray or that, what is it called? Sugar daddy sponge. I don't know. You do not need excessive amounts of these things. Yeah, I get it. Like, we have that, what is it? A daddy. It's a daddy something. Bought the daddy sponges because we were in need of sponges, but that's all we bought. We didn't buy like the other tools and this and that and the connector and the dream killer and all of that stuff. Like, you do not need excessive amounts of cleaning supplies. Just get you a good old rag and an all-purpose cleaner, wash them often, and you are good. Now, this is for all of my people that have beautiful hair or just long hair or just anybody that likes to do their hair. You do not need the, what is it, the Shark Tank flexor, remover, blower, founder. Guys, I'm so out of the loop when it comes to these things. The Dyson, the air wrap, the chicken wrap, the whatever the heck they're coming up with nowadays. You do not need any of these things. If you have, I don't know, like a hair dryer, air dryer, I don't even use that, so I don't even know what it's called. You just need that if you want to dry your hair, and maybe a curling iron and a straightener. You do not need these things. They all do the same thing. If you want dry hair, I don't know, air dry it. Have you ever heard of air? It dries things. Lastly, this can sound a little counterproductive, but you do not need like hundreds of books. Books are amazing. They provide you with knowledge. They open your brain, your soul, your mind, but you do not need to have like a lot of them. There's also a thing called the library. Or you can have a Kindle or Audible, but I would say you do not need to have every single book release at hand. Okay, friends, we made it to the end. We made it through another video. Thank you so much for sticking around. As always, I hope that you take something from this video, even if it's just being entertained. I appreciate you for being here, and I will see you in the next one. So don't forget to come back again. Bye! Jesus.